The new How to Train Your Dragon live action came out, and as a big fan of the original animated movies, as well as dragons in general, I just had to go and watch it to find out exactly if it was bad or better than the original. So that's exactly what I did, and today I'm going to share what I thought about the live action remake. So to get it straight out of the way, no, it was not better than the original, but I think that was pretty expected. But the movie wasn't that bad either. First off, I think the casting was very well done, and everybody played their part perfect, especially the casting for Hiccup. My friends as well as myself were really surprised when we saw how similar the live action Hiccup looked to his animated counterpart. Another thing I thought they did really well are the visuals. The CGI dragons are absolutely amazing and really felt like they were real.
I won't hurt you.
One thing that I really like from the live action is the scale of the dragons. I feel like in the animated version, the dragons are more or less just a little bit bigger than the humans. However, in the live action, you could really see the scale of the dragons, which just makes it so much more immersive.
We want it to seem powerful and elegant and different from the other dragons in terms of its design. And also, we wanted people to see their pets in Toothless. We wanted people to be able to look at the live action version of Toothless and say, that's him, but he's real.
And talking about immersion, let's talk about the 3D in this movie. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do. I think the movie used 3D in a really effective way that really made you jump, especially with the monstrous nightmare. Whenever it was on screen, its long beak nose thing popped right out of the screen. And obviously, all the flying scenes were really well done in 3D. Now, my most favorite moment from that entire scene with the background music, as well as the sunset visuals, was breathtaking. And the most interesting part of the scene has to be how not a single word was said. Everything both Toothless and Hiccup were feeling was seen through either their emotions or heard through the background music.
What are you gonna do about it?
Probably something stupid.
Now here's what I think made me dislike the movie a little bit. The famous test flight scene just didn't hit as hard as the animated version. I feel like the biggest reason was the music. The animated version's background music in this scene is arguably one of the best composed pieces in all of animated movie history, and rightfully so, because it invokes the feelings of Hiccup and Toothless in that moment. However, the live action, while still having similar music, just didn't feel the same. Another thing is the visual aspect to it. In the live action, there are too many scenes of Toothless and Hiccup flying across the ocean in the third person. But in the animated version, there are a lot more scenes that showed it in the first person, putting you in the shoes of Hiccup flying Toothless. And that was a lot more exhilarating, rather than the third person shots we got in the live action. Something else I didn't like is how sometimes the dragons were really emotionless. In the animated version, you could really tell what the dragons were feeling emotionally. But in the live action, that emotion from the dragons was gone, and there weren't that many facial expressions that you could see. Now this is the downside of recreating an animated movie in live action, since they really have to make it look like real life. So taking all of that into account, would I say it's a bad remake? No, it had its strengths and its good moments. And I had an absolute blast watching it with my friends in 3D, and I recommend you do the same. But is it anywhere close to the magic of the animated movie? No. And I think that's the problem with live action remakes. They have to conform to reality, thus making them less magical. And if you watch the remake, let me know how excited you are for the sequel to come out in 2027, and I will see everybody in my next video.